Welcome, my ADHD friends. Welcome to the ChatGPT for ADHD Mompreneurs workshop. And what I'm going to do is go over this roadmap first with you. And what's going to be interesting about this workshop is most of the things that you're going to see, ChatGPT actually has helped me prepare them for you. For example, right before I hopped on here, I asked ChatGPT to give me a quick launch mini list right there. And I'll show you how to do that too, so that I'm checking off what I need to do before I logged on 10 minutes before here. So, here, as I go over the ChatGPT roadmap with you, ChatGPT actually helped me with this roadmap so that I can order the structure of what I'm about to tell you. And also, because as I mentioned early on, we're timelined, and I want to make sure I structure this presentation to you in a very timely manner. Our goal is 16 minutes. And so I asked ChatGPT, here are the things that I want to do today and talk about to my ADHD friends, and let me know how I should break it down. And that's what ChatGPT did. The reason I'm telling that to you right now is so that you can visualize what ChatGPT can do to empower you. So the first thing we're doing right now in our roadmap is I'm welcoming you and a quick introduction of myself. Hi, if we haven't met yet, I'm Catherine Lazardo. I'm a lawyer, a TEDx speaker, entrepreneur, and mom of two boys, ages 14 and 5. I have ADHD. My eldest son has ADHD too. We are a neurodiverse family, and I am a thriving ADHD mompreneur because of my two boys who call me the best mom ever. That's the proudest title I've ever received. So I wanted to show you this roadmap and let you know that we're going to set our ADHD friendly goal first. And then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about why this workshop matters. I'm going to give you briefly in 4 minutes the story of how I came up with this workshop and why I'm doing this. I know there's a lot of ChatGPT workshop out there, but this workshop is going to be different, I assure you. And it's better to show than tell you. And then we're for 5 minutes, we're going to talk about the simple ChatGPT workflow. For 10 minutes, we're going to talk about 3 skills for ADHD ChatGPT use. This is where we're going to talk about how specifically we can tailor your use of ChatGPT to your ADHD brain. I always do that for my brain, so that's why I'm going to show you how I actually do that. And then real time phrases, how we can, the top 10 ADHD challenges. So those are the real life examples that we're going to do for our challenges. And then also we're going to build your simplified chat GPT dashboard. So before you leave, we're going to create a dashboard for you that's going to be your external brain for your chat GPT use. So we're going to do that for about 10 minutes. And then 3 minutes in the end, I'm going to invite you to join my Thriving ADHD Mompreneurs. That's my community. I just wanted to give you a heads up that that's there. And also, at the very end, I'm going to give you a parting pro tip on how to use ChatGPT because I only have 60 minutes here, and ChatGPT can do way more than what I can show you in this workshop. And then we'll have a Q&A. If ever you have any questions that you want to ask me, just go ahead and type it in the chat as we go along, and we'll talk about it. So there you go. Oh, and if you're wondering how I'm going to time all of this, I have this timer that I use right here. It's a chess clock timer. I have different kinds of timers, and I'm showing that because to help you give ideas as to how you can use timers as well. So we're going to go now and talk about why this matters. Also, by the way, you probably noticed that I'm not using slides here. When you go to YouTube, I already added in the description the links to whatever links that I'll be talking about here, including the link to this ChatGPT whiteboard that I'm using from Canva. I create my own rules and I create my own games. So this workshop, I'm creating my own rule of not using slides. Not that I don't know how to use them. As a lawyer, I've made a lot of presentations already with slides, but I just feel constrained with slides. My ADHD brain feels constrained. And with a whiteboard, my ADHD brain just feels more liberated, and it's just I can go wide and deep in what I'm about to show you. So don't be alarmed if you don't see any slides. You will have access to this, and I'll make sure that you can follow along, and I'll show you. So we'll talk about the ADHD friendly goal right now. And this is my goal, which is to empower you to solve your problems on your own. And let me know if you can see this. I just want to make sure. And let me know if you can hear me. Just type in the chat that, yes, I can hear you. And so this is right here. Let me make sure that I see any other comments that says that you can't hear me. I want to make sure you hear me. There you go. Uh, Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. There. And then let's see here, or just tell me yes. Right there. I am trying. There you go. Just let me know like this if you can hear me, and I'll take a look. Okay, so now this is my goal, as I mentioned. Oh, hi, Lily Mae. Thank you so much. You can hear me. I just wanted to make sure that people can hear me. I appreciate you for acknowledging that. My goal, why I did this, is I want to empower you to solve your problem on your own. And how to do that using ChatGPT. That's why my goal is to give you skills in using ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a tool, but what I'm going to teach you here are skills to use ChatGPT. And the reason for that is this. The fastest growing skill by 2030, according to the World Economic Forum, is going to be AI and big data. This is the skill that everyone must know by 2030, according to the research that the World Economic Forum did. And the other skills, networking, technology literacy, creative thinking, resilience, curiosity and lifelong learning, leadership, analytical thinking. What's interesting is these things, these other skills, analytical thinking, resilience, leadership, social influence. So I know we have a lot of content creators and mompreneurs out there who signed up here. I looked up people's profile who actually signed up for the ChatGPT mompreneur community, so that I can see who my workshop is really for, and I can tailor it for you. So these skills that us ADHD mompreneurs are developing are actually very helpful skills for AI as well. So when you develop your AI skills, you're automatically developing these other skills as well. That's why it's very important for me, I believe, to empower you to develop those skills. That's the goal. So when you're going through the ChatGPT examples that we're going to do, think about the skill behind it, not so much as the prompts or how I do it, but think about the skill behind it. Now, why this matters? This matters because I have 3 reasons, and let me know in the chat if ever any of the slides you can't see, but I'm going to make them bigger for you. And I know that there is a 10-second delay or a little bit of delay here. So just letting you know that if I don't respond right away, that's because of that. So, the 3 reasons why this matters and is urgent for all of us. The first is I was frustrated with complicated AI prompts. Have you felt that, like seeing on social media, saying a social media post or workshop, hey, you got to remember this AI prompt? But the problem is that makes ADHD executive function challenges worse, to have to remember or screenshot those prompts and then remember, where did I put that screenshot? Or am I going to remember that I actually did that screenshot for that prompt? That's a lot of executive challenges for us, executive function challenges for our brain. And it frustrates me because I know that that gives the impression, the false sense of hope and illusion to neurodiverse people that, oh, I just need to remember this and then I can use ChatGPT effectively. But then if they can't remember where the prompt is, they start feeling like they're a failure, like I can't even remember where the prompt is. And so that's why, out of that frustration, I thought I need to do this workshop to do it differently so that I can empower my ADHD friends, my ADHD brains, how to do this. And to do that is to simplify ChatGPT for you. Simplify, simplify, simplify. That is my mantra. So today I will simplify ChatGPT for you. And then another reason why I wanted to create this workshop is this. Last year, I actually attended what is called Renaissance Weekend. It's a gathering of AI founders and pioneers. And also other thought leaders. And Renaissance Weekend, by the way, is not the same as Renaissance Fair. But Renaissance Weekend is a gathering of thought leaders from different fields, from philosophy, law, AI, technology, economics, every other fields that you can think of, former US Supreme Court judges, and just a lot of entrepreneurs as well who are leading our global thought leading process. So I was very honored that I was invited as a participant here because it's invitation only. But the reason I showed that to you is because it's an off the record gathering, meaning that um, everything is off the record, nothing is recorded, no pictures, no recording done. So whatever, so that uh, the thought leaders in different fields can be candid with what they say. So I spoke to a lot of AI founders and also AI pioneers, and I had so much insight about it. And this was last year. So 1 year ago, that's like 10 years in the AI world of advancement. So I'm sure there's a lot more that happened since then. But I reflected deeply about it because there's a lot of fear about AI, ChatGPT. And I can't tell you what we talked about, but I can tell you the insights that I developed when I was talking to them, which is this. AI is actually to serve humanity. Most of them are thinking that way. I say most because I can't speak to the other AI founders, but this is what struck me. AI is to serve humanity, not the other way around. Why am I saying this to you? Because when I show you how to use ChatGPT, it will be serving you, supporting you instead of the other way around. Now, also, another reason is that at Renaissance Weekend, I started thinking about wow, how we use ChatGPT and AI in general. We need to have a human trainer mentality. What that is that we are training the AI. That's how we need to use ChatGPT, not the other way around, that it's just a tool there. We're so used to Google where we input something and then it gives out the results, but we're actually training AI. That's why AI is to serve humanity. And you are the human trainer, and especially purpose driven human beings. I know that a lot of people who signed up for this workshop are purpose driven. As I mentioned, the people who signed up in the Chat GPT community for this workshop, they indicated in their profiles and in their responses to my DMs and my comments that they're very purpose driven. So we need more of those human trainers. We need more of you, Lily and Sharon and Anzu, all of you who are purpose driven human beings to be human trainers for ChatGPT. And here's the cool part, you already know how to be a human trainer because think of AI, think of your ChatGPT as a child. Think about your child. You have to tell your child how to think, how to do something. That's how you can make a better human being, hopefully, when they grow up. Now, here, you will be training ChatGPT, and I will show you how to train ChatGPT as opposed to ChatGPT training you. So, remember that concept, and it'll make more sense in a little bit right here. And so, and another reason why I created this workshop is this. There will be a massive job loss across industries in 5 years. And the sad part is what I realize is women will be more affected than than male. And the reason is this. According to the World Economic Forum report that I showed you, I'm a scientific geek or a geek, a proud geek in general. And so I like just reading these things. These are the fastest growing and declining jobs. And let me know if you can't see this so I can make it bigger for you. But if you look at that, the fastest declining jobs are dominated by a lot of women. And that really made me sad because not that, they're trying to get rid of women in the workplace, not at all, but just that it just so happens that these are the jobs that are predominantly occupied by women. But here's the thing, we can do something about that. I don't want any ADHD moms or any moms whatsoever to lose their job and not have the skills to upskill. So let's fix that. Today, I will show you how to upskill yourself so that you're always going to be competitive. So that those were the reasons why I created this. Let me delete that here. Oops, this workshop. Now, let's talk about simple ChatGPT workflow, right? So, and let's look at ChatGPT here so that I can show you, um, you know, different things that happen. There's always something that they're rolling out. So, as you know, ChatGPT looks like this. And if you can pull up your ChatGPT, that'll be great. Let me know when you have it pulled up. If you can, um, I gave you where to download ChatGPT in your emails, and so I hope you have that up because we're going to do this together if we can. But before you do any of the exercises with me, I just wanted to let you know that if you have a free version of the ChatGPT, you're going to have limited ability to chat. There's a limit of number of chats you can do. So maybe pick and choose what you want to try out during this workshop because I don't want you to accidentally max out your limit for the day with your ChatGPT prompts and you still have to use it for work later on. So just giving a heads up. If you do have the pro or the plus version, I have the pro version, which is about $20 a month, then it becomes unlimited. And if you can invest $20, I would highly recommend investing it for a paid chat GPT because it is going to be your AI assistant. And I know how $20 can be a lot of money, especially for people in other countries. I was born and raised in the Philippines, and I moved to the United States when I was 16 years old. And so I know how $20 converted to pesos, which is our currency in the Philippines, is a lot of money. It could be someone's rent for an entire month. So the free still works. I just want to make sure I let you know and assure you it still works. You can still use it as your AI assistant, your ADHD AI assistant. But just know that if you have money to invest for the $20 a month, then go ahead and do that. And I'm not getting paid by ChatGPT to say this. I'm just saying it because I think it's worth the investment. So, this is ChatGPT, and there are different models already of ChatGPT right here that they've rolled out. There are more models right here, and and I see ChatGPT 4 model is going to be leaving by tomorrow. So the new model is ChatGPT 4.0, and then this is where you type in your prompts right here and let me know if you can see the screen. So can everyone see the screen? Just go ahead and give me a yes, just so I know you can see it. And so this is where we're going to practice the prompts. This is probably what you see, and then this is the sidebar right here. There's projects now. As you can see, I have folders here. What the folders do is that you can create folders by doing that new project name. Let's say you're going to create a blog post, or you have a blog. So your project is blog, and then you create a project, and then it'll create that folder for you. Now we have this blog, and you can change the color right here to gold, let's say. And then you can tailor the way ChatGPT responds in this project, or basically you can just start um, typing prompts here, and I'll show you in a little bit how that works. Thank you for letting me know that you can see the screen, little May. I really appreciate it. So right here, you can see this is where you put in your prompts, and as we go along, this is how I actually organized my searches, because most people have this. They just have so many different searches, and that's fine. But I like to organize and systematize things. That's why the projects help by having folders, and that's where all of my prompts are. And Lila May is asking, are project folders only available in the paid version? Um, in, I think the free version also has it. And the reason I say I think is this: ChatGPT rolls out um, different beta program. Projects is a beta, and then they also have a beta testing that they're doing called task. So instead of projects, it'll say task. I don't have task. I have a paid version, but they didn't roll it out to me. And I was trying to figure out why that was. I wanted to try it. It's just, I guess ChatGPT just chooses who to roll it out to based on how they want the AI to learn. So just know that if you don't have it yet, they're beta testing it, and then they'll roll it out to everyone once the beta testing is done. And beta testing simply means that they're trying it out first in a select group of people to see if it works or not, and to work out the kinks before they roll it out to a lot of people. So, but if you do see projects right here on the side, just click on the plus sign, and then you can create folders so that you can organize your chat, as opposed to before I didn't have that project. And look at my chat. It was like, if I have to, it was organized by dates and months. But if I have to find what was that chat, and I really don't want to have to start all over again, I can't find it. But now all I have to do is look for the chat here. For example, the workshops and events. This is my chat with ChatGPT about this workshop, this very workshop that I'm showing you, so that everything is here and it remembers what we talked about, which leads me to this simple ChatGPT workflow that we're talking about earlier. How it thinks. The workflow is how it thinks. Most workshops that you'll see, they'll talk about the output only, which is that what ChatGPT will give you, how ChatGPT can help you. It's not just one kind of help. ChatGPT can wear a lot of hats for you depending on what you ask. And just a brief overlook, the output is you can have the chat responses like I showed you here. For example, these are the chat responses that I was asking right here, whatever the responses that ChatGPT gave me. It can also give you table or sheet. So you can ask it to create charts, formats with you. It can also create docs, actual documents, Google Docs. It can create images. The image for this workshop, the two brain that I showed you before, that was created by ChatGPT. It's the new create image feature that they have, and I'll show you that in a sec. They can, and ChatGPT can also create video now and audio. So, and also in there's a link here. So whenever you see this, just click the link, and then it'll pop up this Google Sheet, and it'll say copy the document. So just make sure to click make copy so that you can have your own copy. What this is go down here first and go to the output examples. I tried to show the different kinds of output type that ChatGPT can actually create for you. And let me just make that bigger right here so that we can all see. So ChatGPT can make lists, outline scripts. So I won't read them all, but just so you know what it can do. So let's say you're wondering, I wonder if ChatGPT can do that. So this is that the list, and it's even more, and this is like what that means. And then these are some examples of prompts that you can use for ChatGPT. I made it ADHD mompreneur friendly, so you can copy and paste that literally and then put that in here in your chat. So this is the usual workshop you get, right? Hey, these are the prompts. So go ahead and use the prompts, my prompts, and then and use ChatGPT. But here's the problem: that usually doesn't give you enough, or that doesn't give you relevant results or output. For you, for your brand, for what you need to do, because there's something missing here. And I'm going to briefly touch on this because I feel it's really important to know. This is how ChatGPT thinks. And I'm going to make that bigger here for you, right here. I always like to know how people think, and also how technology thinks, how something thinks. So in my, so this is how ChatGPT thinks. It has an input. Input comes from you. Remember that human trainer mentality I mentioned previously? You have to put an input. That's what I'm going to show you, what input you're going to do. And people think the only input that they need to learn are the prompts, the prompts that I show right here, and then they're good to go. No, there's more to it, and it's not complicated. It's simple. Once I show you, it's going to be intuitive. And then once you input it, then ChatGPT processes it and then gives you the output of all of this that I showed you earlier, the list and everything else. Now you have to start from here. Most people think, oh, I have to start and figure out what my output would be. I need a checklist. I need a blog post. Start with the input. When you start with what input, meaning what you want to put in there, to ChatGPT, it'll give you a much more relevant result for your brand, for your voice, for who you are as a purpose-driven entrepreneur. And I'm going to make this smaller. If ever if ever my workflow becomes too small for you, just let me know in the chat, and I will go ahead and make that bigger. So, in terms of processes, and I'll talk about the processes real quickly later on, is that remember the human trainer I was mentioning earlier? This is how you're going to use that mentality. Um, you have to tell ChatGPT who you are. You have to train it who you are, like a child. Think about your child. You have to tell your child who you are. I'm mommy, and then this is our family values. This is what is okay to do. This is not what's okay to do. These are the words that we say in our family. Let me just drink real quickly. I have a kindergartner, and sometimes he comes home and uses a word that it's not appropriate for our family, but seems to be appropriate in another family. So I have to tell him, hey, we don't use that word in our family. So that's the same thing with ChatGPT. You have to tell ChatGPT what words you like, what you don't like, so that it doesn't give you that kind of output. I've told ChatGPT that I prefer not to use the word success. I prefer to use the word thriving, because thriving sounds more empowering. That's why I call my school community thriving ADHD mompreneurs, not successful ADHD mompreneurs, because thriving is more empowering and purpose driven, for my sake. And then you have to give it context, like what is it, the 5 W's. Who's your audience? Why? um, where? When? Right? So when I was doing the input about ChatGPT about my workshop, I had to tell it that I have a workshop on Tuesday, April 29 at 10 a.m. And the workshop is for my ADHD mompreneurs who are moms with ADHD trying to build a business, while taking care of their kids, and so they're juggling their mom life, their business life. So I tell it, and then I give it specifics, as to what I want. And I won't go over this that much, but you'll have this. And the reason, and then also here, I just wanted to show you, these are examples of what you can do as well in terms of input. And again, I'm just double checking to make sure you guys can see this. If it's too small, then let me know in the screen. So these are things that you can teach it. ChatGPT thinks this way. It needs to know who you are. By knowing who you are, then it can provide you with much better responses. It really thinks like you got to give it personalized information, and then it's going to process it into its memory. It could be a chat memory, or you can update its memory and say, update your memory that I'm Catherine Lizardo. I'm a thriving ADHD mompreneur. I'm a lawyer. I'm a speaker. I'm a TEDx speaker. And that I have a law firm and a mission driven company, and then tell it update memory. And I'll show that for you later on. Or you can tell it, hey, temporary chat, because I don't want you to remember anything. And like any child, like how we teach our kids, right, about using any technology or being on social media, no sensitive information, no confidential information. So again, ChatGPT is like a child. Don't give it your social security number. Don't give it something that you wouldn't give a stranger, because your kids sometimes just say things out there. Things that are private at home, they hear it, but they don't know it's private. And so they give it out. And then next thing you know, the entire neighborhood knows your business at home. So do the same with ChatGPT. If you don't want anyone else to know about certain things, then don't let them know about it. Don't give it to ChatGPT. So that's why if you change your perception that ChatGPT needs to know you first, you're gonna get massive amount of result. And how can you do this? It doesn't have to be that hard. You can use your website. You can go to your About Me, for example. If you have a website, go to your About Me and then go to here. And I'll show you how to do that real quickly. So let's say, oh, I have an About Me so that you don't have to redo things. Let me move this away. And then what I do is I copy that. I go to ChatGPT and let's say I'm going to start a new chat. So I have that here. And then I'm going to do this here and then I'm going to type in the prompt, and I want to make sure I make this bigger so you can see right there. I know there's a delay here. I'm going to write in the prompt and say, here's information about me that I want you to remember. Please update your memory so that whenever we chat, you remember this information. And as you can see, I'm using natural language here. I don't have to think of what prompt should I use or anything like that. I just talk to it like a child. Just talk to it. What do you want it to do? The five whys: who, what, where, when, how, and then and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste what I just copied from my website here, and then and let me do this. You can either press enter or you can press the arrow there. And so what it's doing is it's updating its memory. Um, this update memory might not be rolled out in other countries, especially in the UK. Any countries that have stricter privacy rules like GDPR, because as a lawyer, I always think about all those privacy laws because ChatGPT is still trying to roll it out in the US and slowly in other countries and trying to figure out how to work with the privacy laws in other countries. So if you don't have updated memory, just know that that might be the reason why. And then see, it says here, updated saved memory. So it just updated what I copied and pasted it, and it says, got it. I've updated your information in my memory. Anytime we chat, I'll remember these details about you, Catherine. And it would also have suggestions for you, which is helpful, but don't go down the rabbit hole about this because it'll say, would you also like me to help you create a short version, like a 1 to 2 sentence mini bio in case you want to use it for a quick introduction or social media profile? So if you don't have a social media profile, this would be a good start to ask it, yeah, give me a 1 to 2 sentence for my Instagram, for my LinkedIn, for my YouTube. Can you specify that? So now that I've updated its memory, this is something it knows all about me based on what I just showed it. And then you can do, if you have a resume, you can copy and paste or even upload the words you like, the words you don't like, your philosophy. We have speakers I know who are attending this workshop or watching the replay. You can upload transcript of your speaking engagement. If you have blogs, you can upload a blog post so it knows how you like to write things, so that it doesn't give you a different kind of writing style, because you want the AI response to be a reflection of you, of your brand, of your tone, of who you are, so that it doesn't sound robotic and anything else about you. And then I mentioned that in terms of context, the 5 W's, tell it what is it for? Who's your target audience? That's very important, mompreneurs. I know that when you're trying to figure out your offer or your brand or your company, who are you trying to target for your offers? So tell it, hey, ADHD mompreneurs are my audience. Moms who have ADHD building a business, I help them to simplify their lives using systems like this. And then also format output. Tell it what you want. You know how we talked about these are the different types of output. Say, hey, you know what? I need a sales copy, or I need a list, I need an outline, so that it knows how to better serve you. And just to give you a quick example, you can upload images, you can upload docs, upload PDF, you can copy and paste links now. Before you can't do that. You can even ask it, what was your thought process? How did you come up with that? So there you go. Now I've spent more than 15 minutes on, I mean, 5 minutes on this, because I wanted to really emphasize how understanding how your ADHD brain thinks and explaining that to ChatGPT is helpful too. That's why this is an ChatGPT workshop for ADHD brains. So these are the 3 skills that has helped me, and I wanted to share with you when I'm using ChatGPT. And what that is this. So remember, input, process, output. So these are the skills that are very helpful to know. And I'm going to make this bigger for you. And if you have any questions, just let me know. And this does the way our ADHD brain think and the way ChatGPT think, is that helpful for you? If it is, please just write an H in the chat so I know that that's something helpful and an aha moment. If something I say is very helpful for you, say it in the chat so I know what resonates with you. So this is the first skill you need when you're doing when you're using ChatGPT. Your input, meaning what you need to put in the prompts right here, has to be clear but and flexible. Clear but flexible. So what I mean by that is, and I'm just double checking to make sure. Okay, and Brianna, thank you. So Brianna said that it's helpful, and let me know also which one resonates with you, and anyone else watching. But H works for me, so I know I'm in the right path. So this when you're inputting in that chat box, the first skill for us ADHDer. Now I'm the when we talked about before up here, these are just in general what everyone does. Now I'm going to specify what an ADHD brain like me does. So first, I'm clear and flexible, meaning tell ChatGPT what output you want, but stay flexible about how it gets there. That's why the prompts, those very strict prompts that tells you you must use this prompt so you can get the best output. And then my executive function ADHD brain freaks out, going, "I'm not going to remember that prompt." And so you don't have to. You can be flexible about how you get there. So, and see, I use example phrasing. So instead of prompts, I use phrasing. Somehow, saying that these are example prompts is like triggering for me. So I use the word phrasing. There you go. That's just for me. So an example of a bad example is, give me a marketing plan, and that's it. ChatGPT will give you a marketing plan, but it's probably not something that's going to be helpful for you. But a better prompt is, help me create a simple marketing plan that feels doable with my limited energy and time. Prioritize small, quick wins over complicated strategies. I want this to feel simple. I don't want it to suck my energy. So I really want things simple. Simplify, 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 right? So those are an example. And don't worry, we're going to do this together as well. So make sure you pull up your chat GPT. I just wanted to give you an overview. So first, clear and flexible. And then the next skill is compassionate request. You're probably wondering, wait, it's a technology, so why do I need to, it doesn't have feelings or anything like that. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you is that remember how human trainers, we're talking about human trainers here. Many ADHDers unconsciously use shaming words like, why can't I do this? Right. So if you if you use harsh language, ChatGPT mirrors that back to you like your kids. If you use harsh language, then your kids start using the language that you use as well to you, to their friends, to school at school. So how would you feel if your own tool, your own AI tool, makes you feel bad because it's talking to you harshly? I wouldn't want that. And so speak to ChatGPT the way you wish someone would speak to you on a tough day. Again, that's consistent with the human trainer mentality and it supports your emotional regulation. ADHDers, I find for me as an ADHD, who was diagnosed over 20 years ago, that emotional regulation is the hardest thing to manage for my symptoms. And so that's why it's helpful to have an AI tool that I've trained to be compassionate as well. And so, example, bad phrasing, fix my broken business plan. Okay, it'll fix it. It'll tell you what's wrong, and it might be harsh back, and you'll feel like, "Oh my gosh, I feel like a failure. I can't even write a decent business plan." But if you a better phrasing would be, "Help me," and you can even start with please. Please help me gently organize my business plan so it feels supportive, not overwhelming. For me and the person reading it, let's break it into easy steps. Breaking down steps is very important for our ADHD brain because one of our executive function challenges is being overwhelmed with just big projects. So asking ChatGPT to break it into easy steps for us is really, really helpful. And then the next very helpful for me, especially as a woman, is use language about energy and priority. Moms, our women's life cycle, our hormones, our women's life cycle, as I mentioned, that includes pregnancy, puberty, pregnancy, um, perimenopause, menopause, old age, breastfeeding life cycle, all of that affects our energy. And in my community, Thriving ADHD Mompreneurs, I have a course that explains how our energy actually and hormonal changes actually affects our productivity. So our ADHD and our hormones all relate to each other in we have to manage them so that we can be productive in our business and also just in life in general. So use ChatGPT to help you manage your energy. So what do I mean by that? This is it. ADHDers don't work on standard time. We're time blind, right? We have inconsistent energy patterns, more responsibilities depending on our season of life. Our energy level is lower. Women's life cycle and hormones, like I mentioned, some days we have 30% energy, other days we have 95%, and you use ChatGPT to match your energy level. This is transformational, moms. And let me know in the chat if you've been trying to look for a tool that would help you with your energy level, both your ADHD symptom and also your energy level with your hormones. Tell me yes in the chat if you've been looking for something like that, and you can use ChatGPT for that, and I'll show you how. And so tell ChatGPT how much energy you have at that particular time and what feels most important for you to do. And what you could do is this. For example, a bad phrasing would be make my to-do list. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll do that. But a better is I have low energy today, but I have to work on my blog. How many times have you had low energy and you had to do a task? And if you're a blogger, mompreneur, this is something you can use. You can copy and paste this phrasing. But I have to work on my blog. Help me create a to do list with just three small tasks that would still move my business forward. So that three small can move the needle for your business. You don't have to do all the things that you need to do for your blog that you usually do when you have high energy. You have low energy today, so let's honor that. And then let's figure out what task you can do. So when you look at this, and again, we're going to do this together. Let me erase this here. Does anyone have encountered that issue of like low energy because of your hormones, or your ADHD symptoms feel worse depending on your energy level and your hormones? Just let me know in the chat if this is something helpful for you. Um, so just remember this, that you want to be clear, flexible, you want to be compassionate with your requests, and you want to use energy and prioritize language. This is an example of an image that ChatGPT created for me, and then after it did this, this is one of the things I asked it to do. Instead of saying prompts, replace it with phrases. And then also I said, also instead of saying success, use the word thriving. Remember how I mentioned I prefer thriving than success because it's more empowering? Please use my brand color of green and yellow because I want this to reflect my brand and my voice. It should also say ADHD friendly. This was a typo before. Please correct. Thanks. I even thank it. And it came up with this. So it changed the phrases, it turned it into my color. And if you click this link here, you can download that for you and you can print it so that you can remember the three skills that you need for that can help your ADHD when you're using ChatGPT. And these are the sample prompts that we talked about. So you have access to that. Now, I'm going to show you how this works. So let's say we're going, oh, is that too small, ladies? Okay. So make my to-do list. So when I go to ChatGPT, if you can go to your ChatGPT right now and follow along, that'll be great. So you can see the difference. And so if you've used ChatGPT before, it's going to remember what your previous chats were, so that the response it'll give you is based on what it remembers from your previous chat. If you've done any other if you've done the update memory while we were talking about it, it will remember that too. So go ahead and start a new chat. And then say, create a to-do list for writing a blog post. Tuk. And then I press enter. And then it's thinking. Of course, here's a simple to-do list for writing a blog post. So it starts giving me the to-do list, even with a check mark. Plan and prepare. Choose the blog post topic. Define the target audience. Research your keywords. Gather key points. So, and then it'll say draft post, how to edit and revise, add visuals. It even tells you for SEO, final review, publish and promote. And then it has these suggestions. If it helps you, then use it. But if it doesn't, then don't. And so this is very generic. Everyone who will type blog to-do list for writing blog posts usually got this, and it's not bad. I'm just saying that if you wanted it to be tailored to you and your energy, then let's use this. So I'm going to and copy and paste that here. Okay, I have low energy today, but I have to work on my blog. Help me create a to-do list with just three small tasks that would still move my business forward. And I'm even going to add something to it, just so you see how, just use natural language. Don't think like a techie. I am not a techie. I don't have an engineering degree, computer science degree. I'm just a geek, yes, but a proud geek. And my background is in law, and my major was in sociology. So nothing to do with AI at all in terms of being a techie. But if you use natural language, just how you would talk to a child, then it will understand you, so that you don't overcomplicate things. Simplify, simplify, simplify. If you like simplify as a mantra, go ahead and type in the chat and say yes. And I appreciate that. And then what I'm going to add is also, I have to pick up my son. Let me move that son from school. And I'm going to make this bigger so you can see. There you go. I have to pick up my son from school in, let's say, 20 minutes. So when it creates my to-do list, please take that into consideration. And then press enter. Got it. Let's keep it simple, realistic, and doable in 20 minutes. Here's three small tasks to-do list for you. Mini blog work to-do list, low energy, and the 20-minute version. I love its heading sometimes. Choose your blog topic or reaffirm it. Spend 2 to 3 minutes just picking and confirming one topic you want to write about. Brain dump, 5 quick bullet points, open a doc, write the first sentence of your intro, open the door for when you come back later. It doesn't have to be perfect, just a first step. Bonus mindset tip. These tiny actions stack. You already have a head start when you sit down again later. And it even suggests, would you like a pep talk sentence? I love it. Now, I'm a very purpose driven person, as I mentioned. And so that's why it talks to me this way. I trained it to give me mindset tips, affirmations that can help me throughout the day, because as a mompreneur, um, feedback is very hard, because you're not working with someone else if you're a solopreneur like I am. So ChatGPT can be your AI assistant or your assistant, ADHD assistant, that way. So that's that, the three skills. Now we're going to talk about real time phrases, your top 7 ADHD challenges. And let me know if you're still with me, and if any of this is helping you out, please go ahead and type H in the chat, that the ADHD skills is something that's helpful for you, or type an emoji in the chat, just so I know that you can still hear me and you're following along as I drink this. Now, because I'm time blind, I can see that I started streaming 60 minutes ago. So we're way behind, and I apologize. And it's perfectly okay to log off and watch the replay. I honor your time commitment. I respect your time. So you can go ahead and watch the replay. I will be sending this replay, if you signed up, by email, and also a link inside my Thriving ADHD Mompreneurs community. So it's perfectly okay. But if you want to keep going with me right now live, I appreciate that. And I honor your time and respect it. So, right now, and also pro tip, when you watch the replay, you can watch it at 2x speed so you can save time. So, this is the real time phrases, your top 7 ADHD challenges, right? I pick 7, but I probably will just go over like 3 just to show you, and then you can read the rest for yourself. Uh, the first ADHD challenge is people with ADHD often find themselves asking, what's the next step? Right? Like, how can we do this? What's the next step? How ChatGPT can help. You can ask ChatGPT to break down tasks into bite sized steps so you don't feel overwhelmed. Like what we just talked about the blogging. I have limited time to cancel this is something I tried yesterday. I have limited time to cancel my meeting with a client in an hour because my son got very sick and I need to take him to the doctor quickly. What's the very next thing I can do in 10 minutes? Because let's say, things come up as a mompreneur, our time, even if we plan something, it never goes the way it is. So right now, I actually have a sick kid home. This is real time happening. And somehow my 5-year-old just started having a high fever last night. So I've only had 3 hours of sleep. I was all ready and prepared for this workshop. And then when I was about to sleep last night and I checked on my kiddos, I felt that he had a fever and he did. And so I had to monitor him the whole night. And so I've had 3 hours of sleep. And in my mind, I was thinking, oh my gosh, can I actually do the workshop this morning because it was at 3 a.m. because I haven't had enough sleep. And what am I going to say? How am I going to tell all those people who signed up that I can't do the workshop at the time and date that I said because my son is sick? The good news is, mompreneurs, I actually, because I've had over 1,000 therapy sessions in my TEDx talk, I was very open that um, uh, I've gone to one therapy a week for the past 20 years since my diagnosis. So I pulled all of that coping skills and I told myself that my ADHD moms, my ADHD friends would understand how moms operate and that our time is broken up and we have to juggle our family and our kiddos and most of our time is unpredictable. So I knew and trusted that you would understand that if my energy starts getting low during this workshop, it's because I've only had 3 hours of sleep and I'm taking care of my kids. And I'm sure you've had that experience as well. And that's where our compassion comes out as ADHD moms. And I digress. But I wanted to let you know that those are real ADHD mom challenges, and I experience that as well. And I see you, I hear you. So just letting you know. So let's say I have to cancel this workshop. So I'm going to write for clarity. What am I going to do next? Let's say I'm panicking. What am I going to do next? So I'm going to tell ChatGPT here and pull up your ChatGPT if you have something that you need to do in the next 10 minutes, right? Let's say, okay, I have my actually it knows that I have this workshop. My workshop is coming up in um, let's say 30 minutes, but I can't make it because my son got very sick and I'm panicking. Please help me write a nice post on my thriving ADHD mompreneur community that I have to reschedule the workshop. I don't want them to think that I'm flaky, I want them to understand that I have to take care of my son's health first. Please let me know what I can do in 30 minutes. Let's say I have to take my son to the doctor in 30 minutes, because to honor my members' time and commitment, and to tell them what's happening. And then I press. Let's see what ChatGPT will tell me. You're doing the right thing by putting your son's health first. So it gives me a pep talk. Let's help you create a calm, caring post and a simple plan to honor your members' time. Post. Oh, here's the post that you can copy and paste into your community. So it makes it easy for me. Quick update about today's workshop. Hi, thriving ADHD mompreneurs. I have an important update to share with you. Unfortunately, I need to reschedule today's workshop. My son became very sick just a short while ago, and I have to prioritize taking care of him right now. As a fellow ADHD mompreneur, I know you understand how fast life can shift and how important it is to be there for our kids when they need us most. So I've trained it to talk like me. I showed you how I did that. Based on previous chats and just telling it to update its memory. And so now it talks like me. I deeply appreciate your understanding and your commitment to showing up today. To honor your time and energy, I'll be rescheduling the workshop. And then it even tells me what time is possible later this week. And also, I'll be sending you a special bonus resource to thank you for your patience and understanding. More details soon because I can't think of that bonus right now. So it gave me an idea of, hey, just tell them more details are coming because you don't have time to think about that. Thank you so much for being part of this community and where we lift each other up, not just in business and in life too. I'll update you as soon as possible with a new workshop time. Sending you all so much gratitude, Catherine. So, what I can do is I can literally copy and then paste that inside my community. This is my thriving community, and this is, um, there you go. I can write it right there, paste it, and then just, change the formatting. Before, ChatGPT used to have quotation marks everywhere. So there you go. But now it doesn't. I'm so grateful for that because that took a lot of time to take out before. And there you go. And then I can even use the title it gave me so I don't have to worry about it. Remember, the scenario is I don't have time to do this. So, quick update about today's workshop. There you go. And then I'll just hit post. Done. So, in like the time that I told it, it did it, but cancel because I don't want to send that to my community. So there you go. So that's how you do the clarity part. As you can see, was that helpful? Let me know in the comments if that's something that would be helpful to you in knowing what the next step is, because trying to figure out what the next step is difficult sometimes, especially with all the overwhelm that we feel. And hence, the next one is about emotional regulation. When you're feeling overwhelmed, people with ADHD spiral when things go off track. We feel irritated and then it becomes overwhelming. And then we start feeling angry. People start wondering if we have anger issue because we start exploding. So how ChatGPT can help? You can ask ChatGPT to give you calming affirmation or a different perspective. It's really hard for us to disengage when we're so emotionally regulated. Have you had that experience? If you have, let me know in the chat. I won't publish it here, but just let me know if you resonate with that. So what you can phrase it is this: I'm feeling overwhelmed because my son got very sick. I need to take him to the doctor quickly, and I have to still finish the social media content I promised my client. Talk me down from this panic, please. So, if you're in a panic and you're like, you know what, I really need to reset my mind, I'm going to copy that and put that here and then paste that here. And again, you don't have to remember these phrases that I'm telling you. What you could do is just write it yourself the way you would naturally write. If you write help, 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 I'm panicking, I'm angry, or whatever you're feeling, tell ChatGPT so it can better serve you. Remember, AI is here to serve humanity. So let's help it do that. So if I press enter or that arrow, so let's see what it tells us. Is everyone still with me here? Let me know if you're still here and following along. So this is what ChatGPT did as my personal life coach assistant. You're doing the best you can right now. And right now, the only thing that matters is your son's health and your calm. So you can be there for him fully. So it's trying to help me remember that. Let's pause and breathe for just a moment with me. It even had a breathing exercise. This is new. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale slowly for 6 count. You are safe, you are capable, you are allowed to choose what's most important right now. Even has, and here's the truth, your client content will still get done, not right this second. Your community will still be there. They want to take care of you, they want you to take care of your family. You are not failing. You are being a good mom and responsible human by taking action where it matters most. So these are affirmations that I tell myself on the good days, but on the bad days it can get really hard for us. So you can do that. You can use ChatGPT to help you with that. So here's what I suggest you do immediately. I didn't ask it for a suggestion, but it did. Prioritize your son, get him to the doctor now. That's the most important, urgent thing. Okay. Step one, take him to the doctor. Step two, send a 1 minute message to your client if you have time before heading out or after. Here's a quick script you can copy. It even will tell you a script that you can say. And let's say it's Chris. Hi, Chris. I just wanted to let you know that my son got very sick suddenly and I'm taking him to the doctor right now. I will get your content as soon as possible. I know as soon as I know he's okay. Thank you so much for your understanding. I truly appreciate you. You know what's interesting is this quick message to your client that it wrote the script for. When I was a lawyer, every time I have to call a client because I want to be professional, I always try to write a script first of like bullet points so that I'm not um, rambling on. Um, my ADHD brain tends to sidetrack, as you can tell from here. So I would write script like that. And then if I got a voicemail, then I'll leave a voicemail saying that. And then if not, then I just say it. If the client answers, I say it. So there you go. It does things that my coping strategy I've used as a coping strategy so that I don't ramble on and get distracted. It actually helps me. So that's another way ChatGPT can help you. Now, there's other things here as well, and I'm going to show the rest for you. I try to cover them so that our ADHD brain doesn't get distracted. And can you see them? Can you see them? Okay. So there you go, right here. So you can use this, how to stop overthinking. Feedback loop. Okay, accountability partner. I just want you to know this is one of my favorite. Please rate this. Review my to-do list and figure out how long each item of my to-do list would take. So please rate this is very helpful for me. Let's say, okay, let me go to my blog here. if you're a blogger, this is something you can do yourself. So let's say I created a update of gender health gap, and then let's say I wrote this in a Google Doc, or even I posted it already. And then I'm going to copy it, put it here, and I'll tell ChatGPT, please rate this blog post that I just posted. And then I'll paste it there. I haven't done this before, so this is the moment of truth of what it's going to say. um, hmm. It says, you're doing an amazing job. The rating out of 10 is 8.5. So, oh, thank you, Rihanna. I appreciate that thumbs up right there, that you're still with me. I appreciate that. So what's strong? So clear, and so it tells me, it gave me an 8.5 rating. So what's strong? Clear, genuine voice. You sound like a real person, not robotic or lectury. That's powerful. And then all the other things it tells me. And then suggestions to make it even stronger. It didn't, it's so compassionate to me, because that's how I would talk. But you're if you prefer a straightforward, just give it to me straight on, it will talk to you that way because you taught it to talk that way. So here, suggestions to make it even stronger, instead of saying, here's what you can improve. Smoothen the transition after listing the sixth condition. Tighten a few repetitive areas. Yeah, I can get very repetitive on my blog posts. I've had that comment before. Add a quick teaser before your key takeaway. Include include a short personal story or example, and with a soft call to reflection or action. So it gives me that quick summary how to edit, and then gives me an overall stuff. And then it even asks, would you like a lightly edited version? Oh man, I just like closed out Chat GPT there. Okay, let's pull that up again. So that's what ChatGPT can do as your accountability partner. If you are a solo mompreneur, then that's very helpful. And we talked about the energy conscious productivity right here, that if your energy fluctuates, you can use that prompt. And also, if you want to think without holding it all in your head, distraction is, for us, includes a lot of thoughts in our head that we've been holding on. That's why having an external brain is very important for our ADHD brain. So brain dumping is important. So ChatGPT can you can brain dump random thoughts, and ChatGPT can do the mental lifting of sorting them out. So you can do, here's my brain dump, blah, 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 blah. Can you help me sort this into something that would make sense for my target audience? So I usually have my brain dump all over the place. So this would be a way to organize it. We're gonna do, excuse me, the your dashboard real quickly here. So the content you can actually post. So if you need content help, so there you go. When you access this whiteboard, you can take a look at all of that. Now, we're going to build your simplified ChatGPT dashboard. This is very important because you want to make things simple for you. And let me just take a sip of water. So there you go. I appreciate you, who the people who have stayed this long. We're at 80-minute mark. So I appreciate that. It's going to be done in about 15 minutes. That's my goal. So let's get to it. Let's boost that energy. Even with 3 hours sleep. Okay. Why do you want a dashboard? You want a dashboard because you want to externalize key information. Remember, externalizing your information from your brain reduces feeling overwhelmed. you need external cues to actually boost your internal memory. So if you want a knowledge retention system. I know one of my members in my Thriving ADHD community asked about that. What's a good system for knowledge retention? This is one of it. And think about this, at school we had this from our teachers. Our teachers would send us periodic reminders to stay on track, and then as parents we actually break down routines for our kids into steps with even picture charts. So ask yourself, what's stopping you from using an external brain now? So, like, do this for yourself, not just for your child, or not just from your teacher. The hard part is we have to do this on our own. And so just always remember, you need an external brain for your ADHD. And hang on for a sec. My allergy is acting up. Excuse me. And so your goal is to make your life easier using ChatGPT as your ADHD personal assistant. That's what this whole workshop is about. And I hope you've seen that. So this dashboard that we're going to create will be your home base. This is where you save your favorite phrases. You can access them fast, easy, so you're less overthinking things. This is a system that you can pull from anytime easily. This is a system. With your dashboard, you can show up, copy one thing, paste it, boom, you're done. You get results even on your worst ADHD days. This dashboard is yours. So it doesn't have to be fancy, zero pressure to be perfect. And here's what you need: open a Google Doc or a Google Sheet or your Notion or your Notes app, whatever you feel comfortable accessing daily, whatever you use daily. For me, it's a Google Sheet. I find that that's very helpful for me. So remember, that sample dashboard is in the same Google Sheet that I told you to make a copy. And then when you click on that, but I already have that open here. So I already made a copy. So where you can find your dashboard is here. This is my ChatGPT dashboard. So let me know if you can see that. Give me a thumbs up or a yes in the chat. There you go. So your favorite, what I would suggest you do, whatever you're using, is have three columns: my favorite phrases and prompts, your quick request, your one liner that you reuse anytime. And then this one is your wins, templates to reuse, stuff that work, copy and paste, great outputs you got from Chat GPT that you want to reuse later. So this is your simplified dashboard. I wanted to show you this because people think that systems need to be complicated, that they have to be fancy and all. No, this is something I teach the people I work with one-on-one in my thriving community, is that simplifying your system and your knowledge retention would really be helpful for you. So make a checklist for your workshop, for example, or I have my 15 minutes. I have 15 minutes and have low energy. So these are my favorite prompts. So I put them there. And then quick request, summarize my brain dump into a checklist. I love these one-liners. These are my favorites. And so I put them here for you. But if you don't like them, you can go ahead and delete them. And also, if you look down here, this is where the output is as well. So all this is all in one Google Sheet, so that you don't have to worry about trying to remember two Google Sheets. So this is a system. Does that resonate with you? Does that help to see that system can be simplified? This now, what you could do is open this up every day. I would suggest to open your Chat GPT and then open this up as well. And then whatever you're doing and you're thinking, okay, can ChatGPT do this, or what can I use as a prompt? You can use your dashboard as a quick reference guide. or you can use these examples also. Now, so that's that. And this I'm going to just spend real quickly to tell you, before we go to the pro tip for ADHD, for how to use ChatGPT with my pro tip. Just real quickly, if you like how simple and ADHD friendly and empowering it can be to use tools like this, then you're going to find value in what we do inside our Thriving ADHD Mompreneurs. It's where we keep building together. And I won't read all of this, but just know that inside the Thriving community, we have a free simplified productivity course. We have a productivity booster, which is just a $30 one time payment. And you can work with me one on one as well. This is only for select members. I want to make sure I can help you. Um, and then if you want more support like this, and more systems like this, I'd love to invite you to join us. It's free to join, and I'll share the link in the chat before we wrap up. And also, it's in the link in the YouTube. And Lily mentioned that this is extremely helpful. Systems are one of my weaknesses. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate your comment. Yeah, system is actually my strength. I always say for ADHDers, we have to play up our strength and compensate for our weakness. And so if your weakness is systems and system is my strength, then we can play each other up with our strengths and weakness, and I can share that with you. So I would invite you to join our free Thriving ADHD Mompreneurs community, and no pressure at all. It's just a next step if today it felt like a natural fit for you. And then I just wanted to show you guys real quickly here how it looks inside, how this is how the classroom looks like. So you can see that there's the replay is accessible to our members, and then this is the productivity simplified, the productivity booster, that can help you immediately, instantly. And this is the simplified, what you can see. Inside the topics we talked about, each one has a short video and then your action steps. And then if you want to know what's in the $30 booster simplified, this is where I talk about my action formula of eliminate, execute, and simplify. And just real quickly, most people go towards execution. Most people uh, the neurotypical brain, I feel, goes into execution mode right away. For me, I need to eliminate things for my ADHD brain first so that I can declutter. Basically, if you think about it, I have to declutter my brain, declutter my environment. So that's what I teach in this productivity booster. I declutter all of that, and show you how my mind works. And I love how we have this global map for our global purpose, because my purpose driven, I have two companies. I have a law firm, and then I have a purpose driven company called ADHD Life Simplified. And my purpose is to reframe the global narrative into mental health compassion. And so joining our thriving community actually supports our global mission as well. So it really fills my heart with so much love and compassion when I see how many people in other parts of the country are actually members of our community as well, because I came from the Philippines. There you go. There's the Philippines. That's where I was born and raised, as I mentioned earlier. And so I'm glad that I'm able to reach them, and able to share ADHD resources that are severely limited in other countries. I know in the UK they have an 8-year wait list for to get actually diagnosed, and in other countries 3-year wait list, and so that really saddens me. So I hope that I can help in any way. And thank you so much, Lily May, for saying that you love this. I appreciate that. I And then here we're going to talk about um, pro- my parting pro tip. You can download ChatGPT as a widget on your phone. So, one of the things I teach also in my community is that I actually had a phone workshop before. I try to have a workshop every month, and next month, I'm still debating on what the topic would be, but I'm leaning towards legal pitfalls for ADHD mompreneurs and what I could do to explain certain things like that. If that's a topic that resonates with you, that you think you might be interested in, please let me know in the chat or here, or let me know in the community that that would be a topic that you would find helpful for yourself, like privacy issues, contracts, um, uh, marketing ads, potential misinformation. So let me know. So download ChatGPT widget on your phone. That's one of the workshop I mentioned that I did, and also I have that detailed in my productivity booster. So your widget that you can find, and let me just put my phone in a I put it in a do not disturb list. So let me see if you can see this. That's that's my family. Unfortunately, you can't see, but that's the ChatGPT widget right there. So that you can always use it on your phone, not just on your computer. So download that as a widget, and then also remember this: instead of Google, use ChatGPT, because um, it gives you more information and resources. And then another pro tip, moms, and especially single moms out there, if you have house repairs, you can actually take pictures and ask ChatGPT how to fix it and where to find parts. I wanted to quickly show this to you. I put in my samples. These are samples of chats that I wanted to show you. Our garbage disposal wasn't working. And if you see right here, I was using my widget, ChatGPT widget here on my phone. I took a picture of our garbage disposal because all of a sudden at the bottom of our sink, it started flooding. And then we saw that there was a disconnected pipe. So this pipe was disconnected. This is a black pipe. I don't know if you can see it, but I was I was thinking, what is that? And why is it disconnected? That's where the water is coming from. So I took a picture, and then I asked ChatGPT. I didn't even know what to ask, but I wrote, "What's wrong with this connection?" And then it says, "Thanks for sharing the photo. This issue is with the connection between the garbage disposal outlet and the PVC pipe, specifically where the black discharge pipe meets the white slip joint." So highlighted in circle. By the way, I was the one who highlighted that in circle. So it even understood that that's what I was asking for. And then it tells me what's wrong. It was not properly inserted, what you can do, what should be done. Make sure it's fully inserted. Did you check the rubber gasket? And I was like, and I told it, it doesn't have a rubber gasket. Can I get that from Home Depot? Yes, you can definitely get the rubber gasket from Home Depot. So it says, okay, what to get this, and then the size, because I have no idea what a rubber gasket will look like, and then tapered gasket, and then it tells me how to quickly fix it. And then want help to look up the specific product or part number from Home Depot online, it can even do that, so that you can just go to Home Depot and know what aisle you should go to. So this makes your life easier. If there's anything that you get out of this ChatGPT workshop, just know that ChatGPT can help you with your repairs, home repairs. And then also, there you go, see all. Another thing is, if your kids try to um, capture some bugs, this is just all for fun here right now. So my son just captured this spider, and I was like, "What kind of spider is this? I want to make sure it's not poisonous." So he told me that it's not. It's a wolf spider, and I was like, um, "Is it poisonous?" See, I even asked it, and it's like, "Great question. Not considered poisonous." And so there you go. I did ask my son to release it, he did. And then there you go. And you know how I was saying that instead of actually Googling things, use ChatGPT to search. So let's say Mulan story. We were watching Mulan the other day, and I wanted to explain to my kids. So is Mulan based on a true story? So it gives me everything that it finds in the internet. I'm on the search tab right here, and then it has links, so you can always just go to that hover and it'll tell you when that link was, or you can click on the link and then you get the resource so you know where it's coming from. um Hi Ansu, you mentioned you're a bit late, gonna have to rewatch later. Hope everyone is doing amazing. Thank you so much, Ansu. I appreciate you popping in and letting us know that you're here. I was just showing real quickly, we're about to wrap up, but I was just showing that instead of Googling, people can just use ChatGPT, and it gives me all the even Chinese translations. Another thing that you can use ChatGPT for is this. There's this deep research. Now, I have 20, it says here, I hope you can see it on your screen. I have 25 available deep research until May 29. This is when you can get detailed insights on any topic. So let's say you're doing a research paper, or your son, your kiddos are doing a research paper at school, and you want to know more about it, or there's a ADHD condition that you want to know about. RSD is something that a lot of ADHD want to know about. So if you go over here, press deep research, and you go and type, please research RSD or RSD or rejection sensitivity disorder or ADHD. Um, Organize it by bullet points and make it easy and simple to understand. There you go. And then you press enter. Now, deep research takes a long time when you do that, but oh, and it even asks you, what are you looking for? Because I'm going to do a deep research. And so, are you looking for an overview? Would you like me to include research and all that? So, you can keep that going. My son the other day actually did a deep research of me and asked, who is Catherine Lizardo? And it took 7 minutes. That's why I'm not gonna do the deep research right now. It took 7 minutes for ChatGPT to come to look at the sources online, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, everything else, and then the updated memory I told you that I shared with it. So that's one reason too, and I know I said or done. What, and just real quickly, if you have any questions, please let me know in the chat right now as I go through this. And these are the links to the presentation that are in the YouTube video. I mean the description, YouTube description. It's all also going to post these links in the Chat GPT school community and in my Thriving ADHD Mompreneurs community right here. But remember how I was telling you that this simple workflow of how ChatGPT thinks? This is, I promise this is the parting word. I told you I have so much information about ChatGPT. So Lily said, I need to leave now, but we'll watch the ending on replay. We'll definitely be joining the community, though. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much, Lily. I appreciate that. And thank you for staying this long. I appreciate you. So, just parting words. That's why you want to teach ChatGPT who you are so that anyone who searches in ChatGPT would know who you are as well faster than other people. So if you're creating a brand for yourself, if you're creating a business, if it's just anything about you that you want the world to know, my purpose-driven mompreneurs, let the world know who you are. My purpose-driven ADHD entrepreneurs. I know we have not just moms here, but dads as well. Let the world know who you are. You can do that by teaching ChatGPT who you are so that when people start just researching stuff through AI, your information will show up and people will know who you are, what you believe in, and what your philosophy is. So, thank you everyone for joining and staying over. This is my whiteboard. And as you can see, that's how my brain thinks, not as a slide, but like this. And if there's any other question, please let me know. And again, no pressure, but if you want more systems like this, feel free to join our our thriving ADHD mompreneurs so you can support our global mission, our global purpose of reframing the global narrative into mental health compassion. We can do this. Thank you, and I appreciate you. Bye.